will look to get them off to a good start in the chase. But right now, it's all about restricting Bangladesh. Hasaranga back and out with a hamstring injury. He missed the series against Zimbabwe recently. Absolutely crucial that he plays. And Bangladesh going to have to do things differently this time. They were able to chase against Hong Kong, China. Now they've got to set a total. Barcelona alongside me, and plus it feels like this is really the start of the tournament proper. Very important game this in Group B, and we've got a big crowd.
The sure is. Super Saturday here in the UAE. It's a holiday. It's a breather for most people. And they have got a game on their hands. I'll tell you why. I keep talking about the Big Five in Asia. This is the first game between two teams who feature in that Big Five. And the team that wins here today goes a long way in easing the pressure and also the chance of qualifying for the Super Fours. Afghanistan also in the same group, and hence that pressure.
Yeah, one game, you slip up in one game, that could be curtains. Particularly these two. You would say maybe Afghanistan could be slight favourites to win it. But this game, very, very important. There's Hossein Emod. Very good strike rate, 137. Will look to improve on his first knock against Hong Kong, China. When he got a start, didn't go on.
Well, against Hong Kong, China, lack of pace. But here there will be plenty of pace. Tanzin Hassan Tamim. The two left-handers right at the top. They like to go up to the bowlers. They like that brisk start to take the pressure off the middle order. Tawhid Ridoy and Litan Das. But this is a different prospect. Nuan Tushara. Slingy action. He can get the ball to move. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Could be a good matchup for Tushara. He's got Alves Emon out twice in 6 balls. Let's play. So Yorker straight away misses his length, but there's no damage.
I don't mind that. But the simple reason, the fuller he goes, the more chance of him getting that ball to swing late. That's what this action allows him to do. So he'll try a couple of those to see if he can get through. It's important. It's all about wickets. He's got a wideish slip or a fly slip on the circle. The third man, very, very fine. Hence, there's no backward point who you usually see. Onuan Tushara.
A swung, a little bit down leg, maybe a hint of bat as well. There's the first evidence of that movement through the air.
There you go. You got to search. It is an attacking bowling lineup that Sri Lanka have gone in with. And you got to use your skills. Rather than playing safe. Knock a couple early, then the team's under pressure. That's what you need to do. The conditions will be good. This pitch is a good one. You can hit through the line once that swing disappears. Really don't want a batter getting in.
Little shimmy down the track. Once again, it's very full. One of the two baby Malingas that are in the side today. We'll see Adisha Patirana as well. Has got a bit more pace. Tends to bowl more at the back end. Anything surprise you about the Sri Lanka side?
Not really. They've gone with the best available. Hasaranga available again. So that's a good sign. Coming straight into the team from recovery from injury. A great addition. They've left out Tikshana to accommodate the 3 fast bowlers.
Was almost perfect. Hinting to swing in, but Tanzin equal to it.
They've made one change, the Bangladeshis. They've brought in the left-arm seamer, Shoriful Islam, and left-out Tuskin. It's been quite good in T20 cricket. But of course, against left-arm seamers, Sri Lanka average 18. Maybe that's why Shoriful and Mustafizur.
And again, turns it into a full toss, but can't get it through. Good start this by Tushara. 5 dots.
Sri Lanka have made 2 changes to the team that played the last T20 for them against Zimbabwe. That's Nuwan Tushara is back in for Binura Fernando. Manindu Hasaranga comes in for the leg spin of Tushan Hemanta. Amil Mishara at 3. He can bat. He played a wonderful knock in that last game. And he will be the key. He can make the difference to add that extra oomph that Sri Lanka need in that batting lineup.
Hold him! Stop out the ground! What a first over that is! And he finishes it off in style.
He stayed full all 6 deliveries. The first ball, he missed it. Somewhat was a full toss, but he kept looking for the swing that he was finding. It was a matter of time till Tanzit brought out the big toss. He brings it out and it sneaks through. The previous deliveries, he was a little watchful, short a back lift. He made sure he kept it out. Take me on, says Tushara. He keeps going full. Tanzit Hassan Tamim's gone for naught. Bangladesh have been rocked early, not for 1.
বাংলাদেশ কি করবে? দুইশো করতে হবে আজকে, 200 করতে হবে শ্রীলঙ্কার সাথে। রানরা যাতে উইকেট পড়ুক না কেন।
Pretty much the perfect start for Sri Lanka in this crunch match. A wicket maiden, and that brings the captain Lytton Das in form to the crease.
বাংলাদেশি কে কে আছেন? সারা দিবেন।
But Chamira, vastly experienced, will open up from the tolerance end. Recalled for the series before this, Zimbabwe and the Asia Cup after 18 months out, and he's hit the ground running, taking 8 wickets in 3 games. Slip in for him too, wide.
Really good start. Backing up Nuwan Tushara from the other end. Going full and straight and fast. Chamira, he's looked better and better through every game that he's played in Zimbabwe. But yes, no doubt about it. Lytton Das, who got a half 79 against Hong Kong, China.
Inshallah.
He's the key. As the leader, as the most experienced player. As long as he's there, the rest of the batters will be at ease batting around him.
Gonna hurt. I think he's pulled that right onto his foot. Still can't get a run here.
Wind behind him. He'll come on to you a lot quicker. But 6 balls, hold full, looking for that late swing. After 5 dots, Tanzit gets the big swing, the big drive out, and in she sneaks. Now Nuwan Tushara has picked up Tanzit 3 times in 5 innings. Now even Imon, his record against Tushara. Out twice in 6 balls.
They just cannot get the ball away, Bangladesh here. It's a bad start, 9 balls without a run, and they've lost the wicket. 88 miles per hour, that one. Chamira, he's always had pace. Seems like he hasn't lost it, even though he's 33 years old now.
more he stays on the park, his confidence builds. And he does have skill. He's got a good head on those shoulders. All those attributes come to the fore. Not always feeling himself back into it.
Nick gone. Simple catch for the keeper. They are pumped up here, Sri Lanka. 2 wickets, and we haven't had a run.
কি করলো এরা?
We've had two great deliveries. Just trying to break free. Imon looking to cart the ball to all paths, but this time Chamira goes slightly back of a length. Goes across the left-hander. It bounces as well. Perfect start. Sri Lanka out there for the first time this tournament, the last team to show their face. They've hit the ground running. Harvis Hossain Imon for naught as well. It's not for 2.
চিন্তার কিছু নাই এরপরও বলি বাংলাদেশ জিতবে ইনশাআল্লাহ বাংলাদেশ জিতবে ইনশাআল্লাহ বাংলাদেশ জিতবে
Can't imagine he would have thought he'd come in with it none for 2 off 11 deliveries.
He's brave. He likes to take bowlers on. Quite cheeky as well. And looking at Chamira bowl, he just walks down the pitch straight away. 63, his highest score of this partnership. It's key. You just don't want to be losing wickets. Now, what does he do? Does he take a chance? Or does he see him off? He's now caught in between Ridoy.
Back-to-back wicket maidens to start this match. Bangladesh, none for 2. Bangladesh fans were in full voice earlier on. But now it's all about the Sri Lankans. They are up. They're enjoying themselves. They're playing music. They're dancing. Why not? Because their team really couldn't have got off to a much better start for Bangladeshi fans.
Need to get a feel for this because the opener the deck hard. He'll go slightly back of a lane. He gets one to go across. The pressure of the dots brings about that fall shot.
Yeah. Feel the tension. He can cut it with a knife out there. Finally, they're off the mark, Bangladesh. And it's taken just the 14 deliveries.
And guess what? They're all on their feet. Cheering that run. Liton Das. Ruan Tushara. I reckon he looked for too much. He thought he can hoop it from outside leg stump. Usually it doesn't work like that.
Maybe he thought he was Lasith Malinga. Occasionally do that.
It can look to surprise you. Maybe slow one, flick one. Anything can happen with him on strike.
useful in his first innings. Not at his best.
Well, you know what you get from this? Looks to go full. That was the first ball, which was little bit more circumspect, and hence was able to get bat on ball.
Had a few full tosses. And just because of the variation in pace, that one was 72 mile an hour. They haven't been able to get away any of them.
The slower delivery dipped on Ridoy, who tried to give it the charge. This was the first over again. The wicket slightly shorter than the rest. A couple of full tosses. The first one, the widest delivery. But straight away, now the 6-meter line is not a short delivery. It is a fullish length. Now Chamira would be bowling shorter than that because he's more a hit-the-deck bowler.
Two for two now with that from Ridoy. It's off the mark as well. Tushar, a spotlight on him, who's been a pretty consistent performer for Sri Lanka since he came in. Tisha Patharana, similar type of ball, similar action with more pace, but Patharana just been a bit in and out the side of late. Tushar, though, still there.
He picked up a hat-trick against Bangladesh. That was in 2024, the T20 series that was played in Sylhet.
Hasn't quite got his length right in this over. Litton again, cautious, doesn't want to go through with the clip shot, just uses the pace, and he takes two. 3 overs done, 4 for 2. Well, this is a spicy rivalry between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. It's spicy in the stands. It's been spicy out in the middle as well. But all the spice being provided by the Sri Lankan bowlers at the moment. Bangladesh need to find an answer. Chamira gets a second, and why not? Started with a wicket maiden too.
At least a couple. This is a good way of playing yourself in. Oh, they come back for 3. This is very good running. You just need to start moving and hence hit those gaps. But Hasaranga doing the right thing. He's got to be ruthless. That's something the Sri Lankan team has not done in the recent past. Pick up wickets in the game. But here, got to keep going. We'll be surprised if Tisha Patharana comes in from the other end. Not too sure whether he'll want to continue or give Nuwan Tushara that 3rd over. Past the outside edge, foot movement, 58 mile an hour again from Chamira. Just the pace really. The nothing shot. Interesting stat coming your way. This is just the 2nd instance of a team bowling 2 maidens in the first 2 overs of a T20 international innings. That is with games. The previous instance of West Indies against Zimbabwe back in 2010. That is a good sign for Sri Lanka. What I mean is, Hasaranga, the way he fielded that ball, is straight up onto his feet. Which looks good. a few cracks. It's a good covering of grass, two types of grass, hence the different colors. But I just feel there could be variable pace on offer, and that's why both batters doing a lot of gardening at the moment down the pitch, knocking that bat around just to see what's on offer.
Again, it's very little foot movement from Litton Das. He's just struggling a bit in this over. Almost 90 mile an hour, that one. And there was also a little bit of away movement. Seamers enjoy it a lot more here than in Dubai.
They've been very full, the batters, not really getting that big stride in, getting the foot in the way. They haven't used the short ball yet. You don't need to when you're getting a little bit of movement, as the Sri Lankan bowlers are at the moment.
Another dot. Almost like watching the start of a test match, this, with all the movement on offer, apart from the odd shimmy down the track, which makes you realise it is a T20. Just wonder how good a toss this might be to win. Bangladesh, they do have a slight advantage in that they've played here once already in this tournament, admittedly against much weaker opposition. Hong Kong, China. This is a different ball game, a much sterner test for Bangladesh. They're struggling. 4 overs bowled, 7 for 2.
A very good evening all. Sri Lanka looking very good at the moment. 7 for 2 at the end of the first 4 overs. Bangladesh struggling, if that's the right word. Important toss for Sri Lanka to win.
The two fast bowlers have backed up that decision to bowl first. This man have gone full and looked for swing. And then, of course, Chamira has looked to bowl back of a length. Nice use of the feet. Just can't go past cover. Good evening, Atta.
Good evening, Roshan. Good evening, all. And it has been a very good evening for the Sri Lankans. Can the skipper put his hand up one more time? Because this is what he did against Hong Kong, China, when he smashed his way to 59 of just 39 deliveries. Different ball game against a high quality attack, but always runs will count when you've scored that many, especially Dijon Kumar Das. He's still in the middle, and they need a partnership.
Oh, this is high. Now, will this be taken? Will this be taken? Oh no! Put him down. Would you believe it? How big will this miss be? That's the captain, Charita Lanka. That look in that support staff tells you the story. You were talking about the quality of the man. Just can't afford to give chances like that if you're a Sri Lankan.
He's trying to isolate it from the top. He's never in control. It looked like he wasn't in control, but in the end.
Dragging it instead of going full. It has been the delivery. Oh, that's a good return. In fact, it hits the stumps. Now they're excited. He does look to be very confident. Let's see what the third umpire says. This could be tight because direct hits, I'll tell you, are always tight. We have an umpire review for an out at bowler's end. Please give me best side on angle. Batter is clearly short of his ground when the wickets are broken. I'm ready with my decision for the big three. I'll tell you what, you'll hear a roar. Sri Lanka has.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাংলাদেশি এবং বাংলাদেশি প্রবাসী ভাইয়েরা যে যেখানে আছেন তাদের জন্য আমরা নিয়ে আসছি baji9.bet। আপনি এখানে নিজেই আইডি করে নিজেই ডিপোজিট করতে পারবেন, নিজেই উইথড্র করতে পারবেন কোনো প্রকার এজেন্টের ঝামেলা ছাড়াই। আর আমাদের সাইটে আছে হাজারো ক্যাসিনো, এছাড়াও আছে ক্রিকেট, ফুটবল, টেনিস। আপনি আপনার ইচ্ছা মতো গেম খেলে এখানে উপার্জন করতে পারবেন। তবে আর দেরি কেন, আমাদের স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করুন এবং আজই আপনার অ্যাকাউন্ট নিশ্চিত করুন এবং উপার্জন করুন ঘরে বসে।
Bat highest of 33, but they need some quietude in terms of not losing another wicket from here on, because this can go horribly wrong from here. I just thought that there was never the third run available. He was just pushing it too hard. Ridoy, he was lucky surviving that over, but he saw that throw when it came in and hit this non-striker's stumps. He was way out of the crease.
Kamil Mishara, the fielder. Mahedi on strike. He's looked to go full, but this is very well timed, I'll tell you. Took it on the full and threw it on. That will give them something to cheer.
Yes, the first boundary comes from the new batter who just come into bat. And the first delivery that he faces, it's a low full toss. Nice from Richard it was wide. He's trying to guide it away. Playing towards the slip area, just falling down. It's a nice shot, deft touch, just opening the face of the bat.
Great atmosphere, I'll tell you. It's wonderful. Supporters, fans of both teams. Well, they're very well represented, Bangladesh. So are the Sri Lankans. And that's the confirmation that the past Bangladesh 30 for 3. Not too pleased with that effort. But with Litundas there, they will always live in hope. Right, here comes Matisha Pathurana. Generally bowls when the power play is off with a bit more protection. Bowls with good pace. Has that unorthodox action, but gets a lot of pace, bounce. Very, very tough to predict. Batters have struggled to pick him. That economy is just under 9. But just look at the wickets versus matches. He's a strike bowler. He's someone who gets you wickets here with the best of 4 for 24.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাংলাদেশি এবং বাংলাদেশি প্রবাসী ভাইয়েরা যে যেখানে আছেন তাদের জন্য আমরা নিয়ে আসছি বাজে 9 ডট বেট আপনি এখানে নিজেই আইডি করে নিজেই ডিপোজিট করতে পারবেন, নিজেই উইথড্র করতে পারবেন, কোনো প্রকার এজেন্টের ঝামেলা ছাড়াই। আর আমাদের সাইটে আছে হাজারো ক্যাসিনো, এছাড়াও আছে ক্রিকেট, ফুটবল, টেনিস। আপনি আপনার ইচ্ছা মতো গেম খেলে এখানে উপার্জন করতে পারবেন। তবে আর দেরি কেন, আমাদের স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করুন এবং আজই আপনার অ্যাকাউন্ট নিশ্চিত করুন এবং উপার্জন করুন ঘরে বসে।
Now these are the boundaries. This is a lovely chip from Litundad. Then it goes shimmy down the wicket, curve the wicket on the offside. And this was intentionally played, depth touch. There was a third fielder, which was a little bit wider.
Played fine. There is a fielder. You'll expect that from Matisha. Can be a little bit wayward. But the point about him is that he is a wicket taker. He gets you wickets. Surprises the batter. And well, not the greatest power play as far as Bangladesh is concerned. One Tushara striking early. Then Chamira in the very next over. This should have been taken. Not taken, but Ridoy just couldn't really make capital gains out of it. Unfortunately run out. But this is the catch we're talking about. Hasaranga was not stable. Then Dasun Shanaka's over, giving Bangladesh that little bit of impetus that they're looking for.
Yeah, they bowled really well. I thought they hit the areas. Again, a bit of a mix-up here. So there is something for the seamers. Problem for Bangladesh is that they already lost 3 wickets and but they have the depth in batting. 25 runs in 15 deliveries. So far, only pace being introduced.
No, I don't think he touched anything. It's a dot ball to end the over. 7 done, 36 for 3. For 3 at Litton Das, the key here, 20 of 18. Lot will depend on him. We do know that he did play a wonderful innings in that last game, in the first game that Bangladesh played against Hong Kong, China. And here, lot will depend on the skipper. Wanindu Hasaranga comes back after injury. Missed that Zimbabwe tour, but Sri Lanka would be pleased to have him. That's a look at what the batting to come. Zakir, Shamim and Rishad. All of them quite decent strike rates at 6, 7 and 8. Right, he starts off with that reverse. At least 3, I think. In fact, they'll be happy with 2.
Spin being introduced for the very first time in the 8th over. Keep a close eye on someone like Wanindu Hasaranga because he's playing after a while. He's gone through a few injuries.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাংলাদেশি এবং বাংলাদেশি প্রবাসী ভাইরা যে যেখানে আছেন তাদের জন্য আমরা নিয়ে আসছি baji9.bet আপনি এখানে নিজেই আইডি করে নিজেই ডিপোজিট করতে পারবেন, নিজেই উইথড্র করতে পারবেন কোনো প্রকার এজেন্টের ঝামেলা ছাড়াই। আর আমাদের সাইটে আছে হাজারো ক্যাসিনো, এছাড়াও আছে ক্রিকেট, ফুটবল, টেনিস। আপনি আপনার ইচ্ছা মতো গেম খেলে এখানে উপার্জন করতে পারবেন। তবে আর দেরি কেন, আমাদের স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করুন এবং আজই আপনার অ্যাকাউন্ট নিশ্চিত করুন এবং উপার্জন করুন ঘরে বসে।
Well, he's accepted the verdict. So Wanindu Hasaranga strikes in his very first over. In fact, with a second delivery. Mahedi, 9 of 7.
But the first one was a little bit wide. Have a look at this second delivery on the money and dead straight. Yep. Plumb in front, no problems whatsoever. They had a bit of a chat, thinking about whether to take the review or not, and a good decision not to take the review. What a start for Hasaranga. It's been terrific. Sri Lanka with the ball. Mahdi goes for 9. Bangladesh in all sorts of trouble. 38 for 4.
Zakir Ali is the new batter. Gets the wrong end, gets off the mark.
Chakarelli in. 26 is the striker. He's already got a couple of 350s. Nice of unbeaten 72 to be picked up in Kingstown. They need to do something special here.
Again, how about this? How about this? It has been upheld. It is Litton Das. That's a huge scalp, I'll tell you. Well, I'm sure he'll consider going upstairs, Litton Das. He's taken it. In fact, he's gone upstairs.
যারা যারা এই লাইভ ম্যাচটি দেখছেন তাদের কাছে অনুরোধ রইল আমার এই পেজটি ফলো করে আমাদের পাশে থাকবেন। ক্রিকেটের সব ধরনের ম্যাচ আমাদের পেজে এইচডি কোয়ালিটিতে দেখানো হয়, তাই আপনারা যদি লাইভ ম্যাচের সুন্দর এক্সপিরিয়েন্স পেতে চান তাহলে আমাদের পেজটি ফলো করতে পারেন। আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি আমাদের ইফতেখার ভাই আমাদের পেজটি ফলো করেছেন, আপনাকে অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ। তারপর আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি আমাদের জাওয়াদ ভাই পেজটিকে ফলো করেছেন, আপনাকেও অনেক ধন্যবাদ। তারপর আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি আমাদের সুরাইয়া আপু পেজটিকে ফলো করেছেন, আপনাকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ।
Clear spike when ball is next to the bat. I don't see any gap between bat and ball. Going back to Fazal on field. Fazal, you need to change your decision to not out. You're on screen signal not out now.
Well, he was spontaneous, wasn't he? And also the Sri Lankan body language. If you saw that, they had some doubts. Didn't think Wanindu Hasaranga was confident. They were talking about this possibility, but a massive moment for Bangladesh as Litton Das gets a reprieve with that inside edge.
What a start for Hasaranga. It's difficult for the batters to pick up those leg spinner, the flipper, the wrong one.
He's bowled there beautifully. And that's the appeal. And straight away when he was given, he knew he had a bit of a bat on that. Straight away went upstairs.
Last ball of the over. There goes the sweep. And he's picked the gap and it's a boundary to end the over. 8 done. 43 for 4.
Four wickets in the first 8 overs. That has really affected this innings. Now it's all about being able to navigate the next 12. How can Bangladesh come back into the game? Chanaka. To the onside, he wants to, won't get it, but Robin, it's been wickets galore. Now how can they crawl back?
There's a lot of pressure on the Bangladesh batting side. Lost 4 wickets, some pretty poor shots and some pretty brilliant fielding as well. Litton Das, previous over, last ball, great little sweep shot or a nice boundary, but this partnership between Das and Jacker is going to be very crucial. They need to crawl their way back with bowlers like Shanaka. It could be possible.
He wants to, that's brilliant. That is lovely weighted shot and then being able to sprint back.
And that's what they got to do. Low risk cricket, run well between the wickets, build partnerships, mini partnerships to proper major partnerships. And so these two are going to be crucial if they're going to get a score on this wicket. Because batting here in Abu Dhabi, as we all know, is really simple, really easy. 60% of times, teams batting second end up winning the game.
Outside off stump, cuts it straight to the fielder. We've seen a lot of this from Bangladesh, finding the fielders.
Sri Lanka have been great on the field today. Fielded well, intensity has been great. There have been a couple of drop catches, but besides that, the intent has been fantastic. The energy has been great, which is a positive. Starting off well in a tournament like this is crucial.
So far, you look at that bowling attack from Sri Lanka and you have to be impressed with the pace up front. Also, Hasaranga coming back into that attack. It makes them quite potent throughout the innings. Feel that Shanaka is the one that you could target.
But they can't target him right now. If their back's up against the wall, they need to, like I said, consolidate, get a partnership. The wicket of Mehdi, he knew he was gone as soon as he missed that delivery. As soon as the ball hit the pad, his eyes went straight up to the umpire. And he was guilty with his hand inside the cookie jar.
Pulls it, hits it well. There is a pocket and come back for the second.
This is exactly how you want to go about it. Build that mini partnership. It's 11 runs of 9 balls now. But the bowling from Sri Lanka has been fantastic. Shara, Shamira, Shanaka now. But Patirana and Hasaranga, this experience here, they've done their job in the first half of the game.
Into the onside, he wants to this time not weighted well enough. 9 done, 50 for 4.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাংলাদেশি এবং বাংলাদেশি প্রবাসী ভাইয়েরা যে যেখানে আছেন তাদের জন্য আমরা নিয়ে আসছি বাজে 9 ডট বেট। আপনি এখানে নিজেই আইডি করে নিজেই ডিপোজিট করতে পারবেন নিজের
কেউ এই ব্যাট অ্যাকাউন্টে কেউ ইয়া দিবেন না, পা দিবেন না, এগুলো প্রতারণায় কেউ সাহায্য দিবেন না।
ফুটবল টেনিস
এই জুয়াতে কেউ সাহায্য দিবেন না, জুয়া এটা হারাম কাজ, এই হারাম কাজে কেউ সাহায্য দিবেন না। এই চোরেরা
আপনার অ্যাকাউন্ট
দেশের অনেক ক্ষতি করতেছে।
ঘরে বসে
ব্যাট অ্যাকাউন্টে কেউ সাহায্য দিবেন না, এগুলো চুরির ভিতরে কেউ সাহায্য দিবেন না।
Clip in place for
অনেক
Hasaranga.
যুবক শেষ হয়ে গেছে, ব্যাট অ্যাকাউন্টে
Now the
অনেক
excited
যুবক শেষ,
time around, but
নিঃস্ব হয়ে গেছে।
Hasaranga is such a crucial player for Sri Lanka, especially in the UAE. For obvious reasons, have that player spotlight on him.
Never a doubt of the potential of Hasaranga, the bowler, an outstanding bowler. Now the sweep shot in the gap, they probably get only one. But Hasaranga, the batter, Basit has seldom lived up to his potential. He has tremendous potential as a batter, and I think Sri Lanka would love for that to come to the fore in this tournament.
In UAE, he is quite special. That's why it was important for him to get fit and be available for Sri Lanka. T20 World Cup 2021, he was fabulous. Got 16 wickets, an average of just 9.7. Somehow these conditions really suit him. Like that. Another one that has turned back in now. Has that hit the stumps? Because Hasaranga was celebrating.
It hit the stumps for sure because it went up, the lights went up. I don't think the bails got dislodged there. Interesting, very interesting. Often a conversation about how heavy those bails are. And this is a windy place, Abu Dhabi. Not quite sure if it actually got the inside edge on the way. No, it didn't, and it actually did snake that off stump and lit up the off stump. Look how disappointed Mendes is. A great little catch off the stump there from him.
Yeah, everybody started celebrating and then realized. I know you're a big fan of technology, but sometimes it has its drawbacks.
Gotta take the good with the bad. But there you go, it lit up all right. But that bail said, I'm not going anywhere tonight unless you dislodge me properly. And Hasaranga, you can see when he's bowling, there's so much of doubt in the batter's mind that they're almost very circumspect with the way they approach batting to him. Not sure what's quite coming out of the hand.
Reverse sweep, and he's on the charge again. A huge appeal. Faisal Afridi says no. There'll be a discussion. Hasaranga feels he's got another. They go upstairs.
TV umpire to director. We have a player review for court. On-field decision is not out. I have checked the feet. It's fair delivery. Move on to front on, please. Okay. Ball appears to hit the gloves. Can we confirm it with ultra, please? Copy. Lanka is waiting for ultra edge. Okay, thank you. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Attracting the turf also. Yeah, I can clearly see the ball hitting the. I want to see the completion of catch as well. Yeah, thank you. There is a clear gloves involved. Going back to Faisal on field. Faisal, you need to change your decision to out. You're on screen signal out.
Decision overturned. Hasaranga was absolutely spot on. He celebrated straight away. And a huge wicket. Yet another wicket. But this one, the captain, he departs for 28. It is 53 for 5. And also, it is time to have a drink. For 5. Bangladesh really struggling with some high quality bowling from Sri Lanka. The new ball topped, and then Hasaranga, as he is so good in the UAE.
Conviction when Hasaranga is bowling, and the doubts in the batter's mind and the short options that they choose to use against him has been the reason why Hasaranga is so successful. They've had a field day, Sri Lanka. The Shara, Chamira, Pathirana, Hasaranga all being super impressive tonight on the button, aided also by Bangladesh's over keenness to make a move, to have an impact on the game. The first 2 wickets seemed pretty rushed as far as the batters from Bangladesh were concerned. But when Sri Lanka just are calm and they're playing to their potential, they look like such a great outfit.
Shamim Hussain, he's in at number 7. Has to make an impact. No other way. Now for Bangladesh. Hasaranga straight away to the left-hander, round the wicket. Obviously, it's googly the most potent delivery. He's got to slip in place. He'll try and attack that outside edge. Because he attacks the stump so much, you also worry about the pad. Underway leg side. It's off the mark. So after 10, Bangladesh 54 for 5. Lanka's way. Lovely fielding at point. It is Hasaranga. That man again.
This is amazing from Sri Lanka. They have been absolutely on the button tonight with their fielding, with their intent. Good piece of work there from Hasaranga. Was ready to throw in a flash. They have it hard here, Bangladesh. They have a lot of work to do ahead of them if they want to get to even a respectable score.
Lose up wickets up front. Then you have quality spin to tackle. Sen can strike a long ball, but he'll just have to bide his time. A partnership which have been non-existent so far in the innings. He wants fires that in, does Hasaranga. It's through his overs, just concedes 6. It is 67 for 5.
Patirana back into the attack. Yeah, when the games are on, atmosphere in Sri Lanka, especially the papari bands blaring, the colours, and they'll be dancing right throughout the game. As we always say, the team plays to the beat of the drum. Well, not outnumbered though by Bangladeshi fans, but you can understand why the tension in the face.
Yeah, the Bangladesh fans have also come in big numbers, but they'll be very, very disappointed to see what has happened so far in this match. Came in big numbers, they were dancing in the aisles, but then the Sri Lankan bowlers bowled to such a great line, a length that just kept on picking wickets, and now they're a little bit more silent, hoping there is a partnership between these two.
Look, there'll be a number in their mind now. Rashad Hussain, he's next, he can hit a ball. Under 8 overs to go. Where would Bangladesh like to be, Athar? That's the key. This rate is 110, 7 and over is 120. What do you think will give their bowlers a chance?
140. It's 9 runs per over will get them 136. They need a couple of big overs. We know both these batters can score quickly and hit big shots. But the problem is too many wickets lost. 5 already down in the 13th over. Shamim Hussain, who's in the middle, the left-hander, scored 48 of 27. Batting at number 6 was a Sri Lankan Dambula in July 2025 in that match, winning
আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাংলাদেশি এবং বাংলাদেশি প্রবাসী ভাইয়েরা যে যেখানে আছেন তাদের জন্য আমরা নিয়ে আসছি page9.bet। আপনি এখানে নিজেই আইডি করে নিজেই ডিপোজিট করতে পারবেন, নিজেই উইথড্র করতে পারবেন কোনো প্রকার এজেন্টের ঝামেলা ছাড়াই। আর আমাদের সাইটে আছে হাজারো ক্যাসিনো, এছাড়াও আছে ক্রিকেট, ফুটবল, টেনিস। আপনি আপনার ইচ্ছা মতো গেম খেলে এখানে উপার্জন করতে পারবেন। তবে আর দেরি কেন, আমাদের স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করুন এবং আজই আপনার অ্যাকাউন্ট নিশ্চিত করুন এবং উপার্জন করুন ঘরে বসে। আসসালামু আলাইকুম বাংলাদেশি এবং বাংলাদেশি প্রবাসী ভাইয়েরা যে যেখানে আছেন তাদের জন্য আমরা নিয়ে
in front of the square. Very good.
Yeah, real good shot to get it in front. Outfield not very quick, but it still ran away. Got to believe, you got to keep competing. 21 runs off 18 for the 6th wicket. Another overs or options that Lanka has is Hasaranga's got 2 as well. There's some quality bowlers coming at you. A difference from that series that Bangladesh won in Sri Lanka to here, there was no Patirana, there was no Chamira, there was no Hasaranga. Good, really good. Oh, very good from Kusal Mendis as well. This will be tight. Good cricket all around.
umpire to director. We have an umpire review for run out at striker end. Please give me best side on angle. Can you go frame by frame, one frame back? Can you give me split screen on this, please? Copy that, thank you.
What about the dive? Unbelievable. That gets him home, I'd say. Coming the Mendes was the fielder in the deep. Good cricket all around. Good running between the wickets and an unbelievable dive.
Yeah, copy, thank you. Yeah, one frame back, please. Yeah, the bat is grounded when the wickets are broken.
Excellent. Absolutely sensational. In the gap, long boundary to get himself another couple. This is the way to keep going. When he came back and he knew that he was in some sort of trouble, and then this.
যারা যারা এই লাইভ ম্যাচটি দেখছেন তাদের কাছে অনুরোধ রইল আমার এই পেজটি ফলো করে আমাদের পাশে থাকবেন। ক্রিকেটের সব ধরনের ম্যাচ আমাদের পেজে এইচডি কোয়ালিটিতে দেখানো হয়, তাই আপনারা যদি লাইভ ম্যাচের সুন্দর এক্সপিরিয়েন্স পেতে চান তাহলে আমাদের পেজটি ফলো করতে পারেন। আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি আমাদের ইফতেখার ভাই আমাদের পেজটি ফলো করেছেন, আপনাকে অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ। তারপর আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি আমাদের জাওয়াদ ভাই পেজটিকে ফলো করেছেন, আপনাকেও অনেক ধন্যবাদ। তারপর আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি আমাদের সুরাইয়া আপু পেজটিকে ফলো করেছেন, আপনাকে অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ।
The shot selections have been spot on, especially from the bat of Shamim Hussain. He picked up the length very quickly and backed himself to play that pull shot down on his knee, and he creates the gap to pick up another boundary here.
Well, a while ago, if you thought the Bangladeshi fans were quiet, not anymore, on their feet, dancing away. Wonderful partnership built. Now Jakarali who can hit the ball. He's playing second fiddle. Matisha Patirana. Nice and full. Three for 11. Bangladesh were in fact after the first 2 overs, 2 wickets had fallen and yet to get off the mark. First it was Litton Das, now these two. Shamim and Jafar really turning things on. How good is Hasaranga, and what a difference he makes for this Sri Lankan effort. Such belief, he's been out for a while, quite a long time with injury. And straight in Zimbabwe, came in here and he's playing. As if he's been there right through. No feelers, working your way in. Good to see him throw himself around in the field. Slices that over mid-off. 1 bounce for 4.
That's a really good option. I was just thinking, what are his options when he's on strike? Look out for whether you can get that elevation and pick up the length perfectly. Ensure you go over the top of the infield, and that's exactly what happened. Make some room, and he knew the fielder was inside the circle on the offside. That is a terrific hit. That is a very, very good hit.
He picked the slower ball. With Patirana's action, that's not easy to do. Down the ground, this would be a couple because he's placed it so well. Oh no, Jakarali falls over. Now Hasaranga. His variations, his accuracy, you have to admire. In the Asia Cup in 2022, 9 wickets at 18. The T20 World Cup in 2021 in these conditions, 16 at 9.7. His variations, his googly is the most effective delivery, his go-to delivery. Always good to have that celebration from a Sri Lankan point of view.
The variety, not just the googly, also the top spinner, the genuine leg spin. Simply been brilliant this evening.
Still happy to let Shamim Hossain do all the lifting, the power lifting.
It's been a good over. You remember, they picked up 8 runs in the previous over. They already have 8. They haven't played a dot delivery. So if they can manage to pick up a boundary here, then this innings gets going. Yeah, 10 from here on will fetch them 143. The last few overs have been good.
For 3 at the end of the power play, and now they go for 1 and they take it. 94 for 5 after 15.
আসসালামু আলাইকুম। বাংলাদেশি এবং বাংলাদেশি প্রবাসী ভাইয়েরা যে যেখানে আছেন তাদের জন্য আমরা নিয়ে আসছি AG9.bet। আপনি এখানে নিজেই আইডি করে নিজেই ডিপোজিট করতে পারবেন, নিজেই উইথড্র করতে পারবেন, কোনো প্রকার এজেন্টের ঝামেলা ছাড়াই। আর আমাদের সাইটে আছে হাজারো ক্যাসিনো, এছাড়াও আছে ক্রিকেট, ফুটবল, টেনিস। আপনি আপনার ইচ্ছা মতো গেম খেলে এখানে উপার্জন করতে পারবেন। তবে আর দেরি কেন, আমাদের স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নম্বরে যোগাযোগ করুন এবং আজই আপনার অ্যাকাউন্ট নিশ্চিত করুন এবং উপার্জন করুন ঘরে বসে।
This pair still there after this over ends.
time he'll find the fielder. The X factors, that's what Bangladesh needed. They found one.
Being a left-hander, batting with a right-hander also create more opportunities because the field changes, but he's been excellent. He's picked up 3 boundaries, 27 of 21, but is quite keen to rotate the strike. He's already seen him doing that Superman dive. When he was coming back for the second run, so it's a good partnership, and you have someone like Shamim Hussain who can also hit big shots. Remember, the recently inclusion of Julian Wood, the power hitting coach. Both these batters, according to the team management, are more than capable of hitting sixes. Yes, they haven't seen a 6 yet, but don't be surprised if they pick a couple of them before the end of this innings.
Will he go now? Well, he tries. Bottom edge will take it away from the fielder. But once again, good in the outfield. Kamil Mishara this time. 43-run partnership of 34 balls. It's been a wonderful partnership because they were under tremendous pressure. 53 for 5 when these two came together. The little bit of luck that Bangladesh needed came in the form of a Hasaranga googly hitting the stumps. Bales just popped up and rested back in the groove, which meant Jakar Ali survived. 2 for 22 to Hasaranga. Got 2 more balls in his spell.
4 singles in the first 4 deliveries. Can they somehow find a boundary here?
He's chipped that mid-off. Can't get to it. It's not the boundary, but they've got a couple.
Very good shot. Very good innovation because he had to go down, and then when he saw that the length was not there, he opened the face of the bat. Very good. Not enough on the bat because it was just a couple of runs, but it's still an effective one to pick up those 2 runs.
I think he picked the googly. He went with the turn. Yep, happy to play him out. It's a good spell from Hasaranga. He ends with 2 for 25, has the hundreds on the board at the end of the 16th. 100 for 5.
বাংলাদেশি ও প্রবাসী ভাইদের জানাই আসসালামু আলাইকুম। অনলাইনে বেটিং করবার জন্য ভালো কোনো সাইট খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন না? আর নয় দেরি, এখন বিউইন 365 নিয়ে এলো দারুণ সব অফার। অ্যাকাউন্ট খুললেই পাচ্ছেন ফার্স্ট ডিপোজিটে 10% বোনাস। ইউজারদের সুবিধার্থে লেনদেন করতে পারছেন বিকাশ নগদ রকেটে। আমাদের সাইটের মাধ্যমে 24 ঘন্টা কাস্টমার সার্ভিস এবং উইথড্র পাচ্ছেন 2 থেকে 3 মিনিটে। সততাই ব্যবসার মূলধন। আমরা কথায় না, কাজে বিশ্বাসী। তাই আর নয় দেরি, অ্যাকাউন্ট খুলতে স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া নাম্বার অথবা পিন কমেন্টে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করবেন।
Batters going into the end, Basit, and they got Shamim 31 of 24, Jakar 21 of 20. Ideal position if they're looking to launch.
Absolutely, the partnership 47. This was the only way Bangladesh could have made a comeback in this game. Now they need to get these 4 overs going their way. Can Shamim get a boundary early in the over? Maybe third, behind the wicket, maybe.
Ushara is back. Single of the first ball. Well, we do know that India-Pakistan, in whatever tournament, is one of the biggest games that cricket would ever witness, and that's exactly what's happening tomorrow, 6:30 local time at Dubai. LTP World Asia Cup 2025, match number 6. So everyone's waiting for this. India versus Pakistan. What a game it promises to be.
If you don't know about that game, well, living in a cocoon basically.
Well, this is good bowling.
That's exactly what Sri Lanka will want from their bowlers bowling at the death. Cut out the boundaries. Just do it in singles. The big game coming up tomorrow, Basit. 9-3 in favour of India.
The big game going on right now. And Bangladesh have just rallied back in the game.
Well, no doubt about it. Bangladesh have come back extremely well, I must say. 49 of 39. Swing and a miss. Oh, wicket-keeper misses. Might run away to the boundary. Great effort. I'll tell you what, Kusal Pereira. Wonderful effort. Definitely saving 2 runs for the team, but the 50 partnership is up for Bangladesh.
Yeah, a little unforced error. And that is brilliant at the end. Kushal Pereira being able to stop the ball going over the rope, but just feel that things have shifted slightly because before there weren't many unforced errors from Sri Lanka.
Great commitment, I'll tell you what. Great commitment. Had to run around on the boundary, Kusal, and then dived at the last minute. What about this partnership? They structured it beautifully. 52 of 41, you come in at 53 for 5. Fighting with your backs to the wall, and look at what they've achieved. Shamim Hussain, 33 of 27. Jakir Ali, 16 of 40. The job is still not done, but they're setting up a nice platform.
Absolutely, they'll want some big hits right now. They'll want the boundaries now to really appear frequently, because as you suggest, they have set it up.
Is it hard? There is a fielder. This man can pack a punch, I'll tell you. Pace off that time, so he really didn't have much to work with. Jakir. But from a Sri Lankan point of view, they wouldn't mind this. They've got 6 runs with 1 ball to go, singles, and those 2 byes. All they'll want to do is cut off those boundaries as much as they can.
Firstly, Tushara will want to close this over out without giving away a boundary ball. Team can go over extra or down to third.
That is very well bowled, I'll tell you. That is clever bowling. Finishes with a dot. 106 for 5. Time, aren't they? They've travelled from all over the UAE. Sri Lanka playing their first game in the current Asia Cup, the reigning champions. And we're down to the final 18 legal deliveries in the Bangladesh innings. And what a partnership. 53 or 43. They've given Bangladesh hope. They've given something to bowl at. But can they finish on a high? How much more can they make out of these 18 deliveries left? That will be the question right before us. Shamira 1 for 3 of 2 will be perfect to finish off at the death. Has bowled with good pace. His length has been just back of a length. Has had a bit of extra bounce and pace. Jakir Ali on strike. What's a wide? That's a wide. Good take, but that is a wide.
Two got together at 53. 5 down and built. The short ball was dealt with. Shamim, the aggressor, throughout this partnership has hit some lovely shots with wicket and extra cover. Been and about just rebuilding. And now is the phase where they can reap the rewards of the partnership.
That's good bowling. That is really good bowling. Pace off that time. Well, I can tell you that there was mayhem before the partnership happens. This is how it started. This was the first over. Then Shamira got into the act. 2 wickets with no runs on the board. Then this was unnecessary for Bangladesh, but brilliant fielding, a direct hit. Accounted for Tawhid Rijoy, and at that time Bangladesh 3 for 11, a direct hit. He was always in trouble. In that leg before, for Wanidu Hasaranga coming back in his very first over, and then the skipper. So at that stage, 53 for 5, and Bangladesh in a serious amount of strife. So that's what really adds so much of value to this partnership. 55 or 45.
Very good from Chamira, wide outside the off. So I'm just hiding the ball outside there because he has a bit off and extra cover in the circle. So making sure that he bowls to those defensive fielders on the fence. Both batters now just trying to work out where they can get a boundary.
56 of 46. Time for this man. Go big, and he looks to swing it away on the leg side. Couple of runs only. Shamim has been very good at the other end, 34 of 29. He's actually taken the impetus. And what an innings it's been, Basit.
Yeah, he's given himself a chance by going very deep in the crease. Almost making his own length, a little bit more time to be able to play it as late as possible, and then we provide him length, he can launch. Most power hitters make sure that they use either the depth of the crease or give themselves a few steps down the track too.
This is good bowling, really good bowling. He's going full. He's bowling quickly, but he's going full, not letting Jakar Ali get underneath it. So far, what has happened is, with the wide, in the first 4 deliveries, just 6 runs conceded. Sri Lanka will take it.
19 deliveries since the last boundary. So talk about taking wickets and talk about putting pressure up front. Defensive bowling skills is what wins you game in T20 cricket. This is a terrific little period for Sri Lanka. Yes, no wickets, but they're not conceding too many.
It's about bowling in different phases of the game, isn't it? Bowling at the death is also. We talk about an art. Should know exactly what lines and lengths, varying pace. Middle overs are so different where you go looking for wickets. Power play, again we talk of the skill level of bowlers. Just looking to try and open that area, go through third. It's full and wide again. This good bowling.
Been pulled throughout the over, and so far there's not been an answer from the batters.
Brilliant over. Dot to end. 7 runs off it. 113 for 5. Right, we're down to the last 2 overs. They're enjoying themselves. They're celebrating. They think Sri Lanka in with a great chance, having Bangladesh at 113 for 5 with 2 overs to go. Yeah, Good numbers have turned up, I can tell you. Not just Sri Lankan fans, but Bangladeshi fans as well.
Bangladesh really needed that. There was a drought with the pound rating, but Shamim is provided and he's just picked it up and hit it over mid-wicket. Lovely swing of the bat. Is quite a big hit. First six of the innings in the 19th over.
Great time to have that. Good start to the over for Bangladesh. They've already got 6 runs of the first ball. Now that puts so much of pressure on Matisha Patirana. Bangladesh will try to maximize. 6 of the first delivery, going at a little over 6.5 runs and over. 5 balls left. 1 more over after that. Oh, that's a wide and keeper misses it too. So that will give them a couple of runs. 5 more balls to go.
Yeah, 8 of the overs, just 1 ball bowled. Bangladesh need to make this the over, which propels them in the direction of 140, 150 even. And Zakir Ali, who is renowned for power hitting, renowned for hitting sixes, hasn't really got his radar right today. It's 27 of 26. Now, can he find the fence? A lot of changes in the field. The third in the circle, fine leg and a short square leg in the circle.
Now will this be called a wide? It's a confirmed wide again. Well, I'll tell you what, this pair has been outstanding. 69 runs, the partnership. Let's take a look at that batting card, the Bangladesh batting card. Nothing to talk about in terms of those first 5 wickets, just 28 to Litton, and rest of them single figure digits. But then, look what has happened. Zakir Ali 27, Shamim Hossain 40. Bangladesh really looking for a good finish here. And he goes over the top. Should be cut off in the deep. And they'll come for 2.
Zakir just needs...
I knew one day he will become the captain, so very happy to play under him, and you know, any time I can talk to him and give the suggestions, so that would be nice, and really happy that I make. I knew one day he will become. Any time I can.
Bangladesh is 27 of 26. Now, can he find the fence? A lot of changes in the field. The third in the circle, fine leg and a short square leg in the circle.
Now will this fight again? Well, I'll tell you what, this pair has been outstanding. 69 runs, the partnership. Let's take a look at that batting card, the Bangladesh batting card. Nothing to talk about in terms of those first 5 wickets. Just 28 to Litton, and rest of them single figure digits. But then, look what has happened. Zakir Ali 27, Shamim Hossain 40. Bangladesh really looking for a good finish here. And he goes over the top. Should be cut off in the deep. And they'll come for two.
Dakir just needs to find his range. We know that he's a very powerful hitter. Just slice that over the top. It's quite oppressive conditions, so need to make sure you get air in before you swing big again.
Still got 4 legitimate deliveries. Another wide. Another wide. I can tell you what, I've just been given some information about Pathirana since 2022 in T20s. He's bowled 214 white balls and conceded almost close to around 300 runs. That's the package Pathirana comes up with. He can be wavered, but he's also a wicket taker for you. He's an attacking option. But in this over, he's conceded 12 runs, which is just what Bangladesh wanted at this stage. Or that offside field gets strengthened even more. Third, deep cover, long off. Goes over the top. He tries to take it, but doesn't really collect it. Hasaranga was attempting the catch. They'll come back for two.
Probably the most difficult skill as the boundary rider. Racing in and diving forward to take the catch. Think of your dentist as you dive forward. Didn't go anywhere that ball with the first bounce, but he does well.
Go square. It should be cut off, but you could see that Zakir Ali is now starting to find his range. He's going after the bowling. Still scoring at little over 110. But he's got to 33 of 29, and more importantly, Bangladesh had got 16 runs in this over.
Yeah, every ball is on his haunches. It is extremely hot and humid, so the energy being sucked out of you. You bat for a number of overs. He's been out there for almost 10 overs now. Zakir needs to find the fence.
Oh, that's played well. Could have very nearly been a candidate for LBW, but he manages to just squeeze it away for another single. Pathirana going full and straight that time.
Trying the ramp. The skew ended it. There was the opportunity to go fine, but very difficult with the action that Pathirana has to actually pay that shot. Now, last delivery to the 19th, 7 deliveries remaining. Now, Bangladesh will be thinking 2 hits or maybe 3 and go to the fence.
Last ball of the over. 41 runs conceded by Pathirana. And they'll get a single. He finishes with 42 of his 4, and we are down to the last over. Bangladesh 131 for 5. Well, the perfect time to have that big building, the 19th over. That was a massive over. 78 of 59, Bangladesh having the momentum. That's what they're after. They need to finish well. They need to carry the momentum. Just to give them that hope, give them some runs to bowl at, and this pair have done that job perfectly. Shamim 41 of 32, Zakir Ali 34 of 30. Right, we're down to the last over. Dushmant Shamir has been outstanding. 1 for 9 in 3. Shamim on strike. Starts off with pace off. That's good bowling. As far as Shamir is concerned, he's been outstanding with those lines and length, and he's looked to go full all the time.
They're just sticking to the plan.
অ্যাকাউন্ট তৈরি করতে চান, নিজেই ডিপোজিট করতে চান, উইথড্র করতে চান, বিকাশ রকেট নগদের মাধ্যমে 200 টাকা ডিপোজিট, 200 টাকা উইথড্র করতে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ লিংক ক্লিক করুন কিংবা স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করুন। ক্যাসিনো খেলতে পারেন, 5 টাকা 10 টাকা প্রথম ডিপোজিটে বোনাস পাবেন 10%। আপনি কি নিজে অ্যাকাউন্ট তৈরি করতে চান, নিজেই ডিপোজিট করতে চান, উইথড্র করতে চান? বিকাশ রকেট নগদের মাধ্যমে 200 টাকা ডিপোজিট, 200 টাকা উইথড্র করতে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ লিংক ক্লিক করুন কিংবা স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করুন। ক্যাসিনো খেলতে পারেন, 5 টাকা 10 টাকা প্রথম ডিপোজিটে বোনাস পাবেন 10%। আপনি কি নিজে অ্যাকাউন্ট তৈরি করতে চান, নিজেই ডিপোজিট করতে চান, উইথড্র করতে চান? বিকাশ রকেট নগদের মাধ্যমে 200 টাকা ডিপোজিট, 200 টাকা উইথড্র করতে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ লিংক ক্লিক করুন কিংবা স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করুন। ক্যাসিনো খেলতে পারেন, 5 টাকা 10 টাকা প্রথম ডিপোজিটে বোনাস পাবেন 10%। আপনি কি নিজে অ্যাকাউন্ট তৈরি করতে চান, নিজেই ডিপোজিট করতে চান, উইথড্র করতে চান? বিকাশ রকেট নগদের মাধ্যমে 200 টাকা ডিপোজিট, 200 টাকা উইথড্র করতে হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ লিংক ক্লিক করুন কিংবা স্ক্রিনে দেওয়া হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ নাম্বারে যোগাযোগ করুন। ক্যাসিনো খেলতে পারেন, 5 টাকা 10 টাকা প্রথম ডিপোজিটে বোনাস পাবেন 10%। আপনি কি নিজে অ্যাকাউন্ট তৈরি করতে চান, নিজেই ডিপোজিট করতে চান, উইথড্র করতে
Pace off that time, I think. Just completely outsmarted. In fact, that's pace on. I can tell you that Bangladesh, this pair has an exceptionally well, but just look at this delivery again. Completely outsmarted the batter. Just thinking ahead, just thinking a step ahead, the anticipation. Time he looks to slam it away on the offside and he gets a boundary. That's what Dakir Ali was after. After some wonderful deliveries, those Yorkers, he gets it in the slot.
Yeah, finally, just a smidgen of length for Zakir Ali. Backed away. And for once, Jamira did not nail it perfectly with the Yorker. But Zakir Ali goes past extra cover. Last delivery now. Can Zakir Ali finish on a high? Can he get another boundary here?
Bangladesh would love to have that boundary they are after. This time goes full and straight. They'll want to come for two. They won't. Good feeling in the team, but Bangladesh will be very pleased with this effort. They've got 139 for 5, unfinished partnership of 86 of 65, and they'll certainly tell themselves that they've given their bowlers something to bowl at.
For 5. Jamira just went for 17 off his 4. The partnership 86 of 65, but the high quality bowling from Sri Lanka, they'll be very happy with the first 20 overs. Start of the game, you offer Sri Lanka 140 to win, they would have grabbed that. And a very happy unit. Fast bowlers started it all off. Defensive bowling skins by Jamira in the end. But in the mid overs, it was Hasaranga got those couple of wickets, and that has meant that Sri Lanka all smiles after the first 20.
Tremendous effort on the part of Bangladesh. A record stand for the 6th wicket with 86 of 65. Nothing to show at the top, but look at Zakir Ali and Shamim Hussain, 41 of 34 and 42 of 34. A very respectable 139 for 5 for Bangladesh.
really resurrected the innings. Jakir Ali and Shamim. 53 for 5. They got together and slowly built up. Shamim, the more aggressive of the two. Lovely shots over the top offside. And that was probably the shot of the innings. Over mid-wicket, over the top. This was the last over where Jakir Ali got a boundary through extra cover over the top. Partnership 86 of just 65, but nothing much else. So that has meant that Bangladesh just got to 139, which you would say is below par here at Abu Dhabi.
Right, Sri Lankan bowling was very good at the top. Tushara and Chamira were outstanding. Tushara 1 for 17 with 13 dots. Chamira 1 for 17, 15 dots, but it was Matisha Pathurana making some runs, going at 10.5. Wanil Hasaranga also doing his bit. Right, so let's take a look at the target. Bangladesh have done exceptionally well, and this is what Sri Lanka needs. 140 of 20 overs. And it's time for a break, and when we come back, it will be the Sri Lankan response.